Hello world, for me this is Jaden's Videos, and I am back with another Spirit Halloween 2020 animatronic review, and this one is on PeekABoo Clown. Now this guy is new for the 2020 Halloween season and is being sold at Spirit Halloween for $219.99, and he is definitely one of my favorite props of the year, so I definitely had to get him as soon as I saw him at my local store. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the review. First things first, we gotta talk about the appearance on this guy, which I think is gonna be kinda hard with him since his hands cover his face, but I'll try the best I can. But I think we're gonna talk about his hands and stuff first since they're already right there. He does have the same hands as Waving Wally, which is really interesting, but I like that because I really do like those hands. They give him a very cartoony, kind of Mickey Mouse appearance, but that is what vintage cartoon characters usually wore, so it really gives him a vintage clown appearance, which I like. And then, of course, you've got his arms, which have his awesome jumpsuit, which I'm going to get into a little bit later on. But let's talk about his hat now, since that is very easily accessible. His hat looks really nice. I really love it. I love the cone hats on clowns. It gives them a very vintage appearance, and I really like it on him. I really enjoy how soft and fluffy his pom-pom is on the top there. It's definitely more soft and fluffy than Wally's is. I really like it. I think it looks great. He's got a really nice little hat. I like it a lot. Now moving on to the head, he's got blue hair all around, which I think looks really nice on him. I really like it. One of my favorite things about this prop, other than his animation and LCD eyes, is definitely his awesome color scheme. So let's try to get a good view of the face now, if I can. We're going to try the best we can. There's his face. It looks amazing. It's definitely one of the best sculpted clown faces we've seen in a while. I know a lot of them can get warped a bit in packaging, which is an issue. Mine isn't the best looking that I've seen, but it's definitely not the worst. I'm pretty satisfied with how mine looks. I don't think it's bad enough to ask Spirit for a new head. I think it looks fine, but if you really get a fine looking head on this guy, and I think mine definitely looks fine. It didn't at first, but my dad came in and helped me fix it a little bit, so thanks to my father, because now it looks great. So he does look phenomenal. You can see the lips there really look real, the cracks in them and stuff. Really great teeth there with the missing teeth. It's very creepy looking. He definitely doesn't look like a monster clown. He looks like a human clown, which I like. He's just got a bunch of gashes in his face and everything. It's very terrifying. Now, I don't really know what he's supposed to be. I don't know if he's supposed to be a monster clown, because the fact that his eyes swirl obviously shows he's not human, but maybe he is human, maybe he's just dead, or maybe he's doing some kind of magic trick that makes you see his eyes swirl. I've got no clue, but he is really cool, and his face and the detail looks great. He's actually got gashes in the place of where clown makeup would typically be, which I really, really like. I think it looks super cool and super menacing. And then, of course, you've got his eyes, which are screens for the LCD eyes. I love the LCD eyes, which they're doing on props now. I think this is where it's done the best because it's very unique. But I really like the ones that blink and look around, too. It's something that I've dreamed of ever since I was little. I always thought, I wonder if someday Halloween animatronics will be able to look around and look at you and have lifelike moving eyes, and now here in the year 2020 it's a thing, and I thank SVI so much for making that a thing, because I think it's super, super cool, and I think this guy definitely uses that best out of all the props, especially since he covers up his eyes, which I think the whole reason that they made him a PeekABoo prop is I'm sure they probably had the LCD eye concept in mind for a clown prop this year, as I was actually speculating right when we saw the Whirling Phantom. I'm sure there's going to be a clown version at Spirit, because it seems like something that would work well for a clown, and they did it. And I think the reason that he's PeekABoo is because it's able to cover up the eyes when he's not in motion. That way it's not just black eyes. You don't just see black eyes and then they just randomly start lighting up, which was an issue I had with the Whirling Phantom, is that they're just black screens until they light up. This guy, I think, pulls it off perfectly in the way that he covers up his eyes first. His collar here is orange, which I really like. I love the orange colors on him. It's something we've never seen in a clown prop before, and it definitely makes it look a lot more Halloween. Orange is my favorite color, so I really like seeing orange on this guy. But his color scheme, like I mentioned, is one of my favorite parts about the prop. I love the green. Actually, I want to thank Mr. Halloween Junkie for pointing out to me that it is green, because in stock photos and stuff, before I had seen this guy in person, with all the blue in the sky, it definitely can trick your eye into thinking that it's blue, but seeing it in person, it's undeniably green. But I really love it. I love the green look with the blue polka dots. There's a better look at his face there. I think he looks great. His color scheme is awesome. He really looks like a birthday clown to me, honestly. He's got orange buttons all up and down his jumpsuit there. He's got an awesome jumpsuit. He's got some blood stains here and there on it. I think look really, really cool. And then you move down to his shoes, which are the basic SVI clown shoes, but they're better on this one, I think, because they're not just plain. They've got detailing on them, which is great. It's either blood stains or dirt or something, but they've got quite a bit of detailing on them, and they're orange, which I really like. I love the orange, green, and blue look that this guy has. I think it's an awesome color scheme for a clown. Now, the voice for this animatronic is provided by the amazing Mike Reynolds, who has provided voices for countless Spirit Halloween and other Halloween store animatronics in many, many years, who works for Seasonal Visions International, who made this animatronic. I think Mike does a great job in this voice, as Mike usually does, and I think this one is definitely one of his best clown voices in recent years, as it sounds a lot more clown-like, whereas Hugs the Clown sounds kind of monster-like. This guy definitely has a very clown-sounding voice, which I really, really like. I think him and Wally are definitely some of the best sounding clowns in previous years. Now, at first I was a little iffy on the phrases of this guy, but once you get him in person, you really don't care, because I think they're actually kind of cool. They're not scary phrases, but they're funny, they're comical. And he's a clown, and I think clowns should be comical. He's still scary because of his appearance and everything. I can still see people being scared of him, not really jump scared, but kind of creeped out. And really, he's just a cool showstopper prop, just the way that he swirls his eyes. I obviously won't be using him in my haunt this year since it's a laboratory theme, but I definitely plan on putting him in my front yard, and I think a bunch of people are definitely really going to like him in the front yard, and it's going to want to draw people in, so they go to the haunt and see the laboratory, which, sadly for them, if they like this guy and think there's going to be more clowns, they will be highly disappointed to find out it's a laboratory, but still, I think people are still going to like this guy quite a bit, and if you are doing a clown theme, that's great. I think you should definitely get him. But without further ado, let's get into the demo.
I just love hide and seek. 1, 2, 2.5. Ready or not, here I come! There's nowhere to hide on Halloween night. We're all out to get you! PeekABoo! Peekaboo! I just love that game! Particularly with crying little babies! I'm ready to play again! Where'd everyone go? I can't see, because I had my eyes closed. Blah. But I'll keep them open to see where you run away to. You can run, but you can't hide. Ooh, Halloween is so frightening. I can't bear to watch scary things. I'm such a sensitive soul! Blah! Perhaps you will come closer and keep away the boogeyman! I just love hide and seek! 1, 2, 2.5. Ready or not, here I come! There's nowhere to hide on Halloween night. We're all out to get you! PeekABoo! Peekaboo! I just love that game! Particularly with crying little babies! I'm ready to play again! Where'd everyone go? I can't see, because I had my eyes closed. Blah. But I'll keep them open to see where you run away to. You can run, but you can't hide. Ooh, Halloween is so frightening. I can't bear to watch scary things. I'm such a sensitive soul! Blah! Perhaps you will come closer and keep away the boogeyman!
Now, I know in some shots it was kind of hard to see the eyes because they, of course, are screens, and so it's going to be kind of hard to see them moving on camera. but I think some shots I got some good looks on it. You really have to see this guy in person to do the eyes justice, but they look great. You can definitely tell that they're swirling all the way from quite a few feet away. You can definitely see that the eyes are swirling, and it looks awesome. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It's really cool, and I like it a lot. Now, he is a very cool prop, and he's got a lot of animation too, and the LCD eyes. So I'm going to say $219.99 is not a bad price for this guy, as $200 is typically our standard life-size 6-foot-tall prop price. And he's got 3 animations. He moves his arms, he lifts his head, and moves his mouth, and then he's got the LCD eyes added onto that. And you got to think of a prop like Wailing Phantom that's $350, and he's got the same amount of animation in the LCD eyes, but this guy's a lot more unique with his LCD eyes and everything, and way cheaper, over $100 cheaper. So that's a really great price, I think. You got to think of a prop like Waving Wally, which had 1 animation, and though I love Wally, 1 animation for $230 was not cutting it. I really think that's way overpriced. This guy, $220, 3 animations and digital eyes. I think great price for him. So if you want to get him, $220 is not bad at all, especially considering you can get him for around $180 something with a coupon. I think it's definitely worth your money for a prop with this much animation and such cool LCD eyes, which look great. They really do look great in person. You got to see it in person to really understand how great they are. I didn't think they looked as good in videos, and then when I saw them in person, I'm like, wow, that is stunning. It truly is revolutionary for the industry to see stuff like this. It's truly showing how fantastic props are getting. I mean, you got to think back to the 1990s and stuff when they just move their arms. They'd just be small ones at that, and they just move their arms a little bit and make some generic ghost sound. Now we've got full animatronics that is already impressive, life-size animatronics that can talk and move, but now we've got these eyes added onto them, which I think really, it's fantastic. Not to mention his speaker quality is one of the best speakers I've ever heard on a prop. SVI has always been really good with the speakers, and it looks like it this year too. I actually have him turned down almost all the way, and he's still super loud, because when he's turned up all the way, he blasts your eardrums out because he is such a loud prop, which is a great thing, because he can be heard very well. So I love clowns. They're definitely some of my favorite Halloween monsters, but I always miss out on the clown animatronics. So when I saw this guy, I wanted to get him as soon as I saw him to make sure I don't miss out on him, because I think he's one of the coolest clown props we've ever seen. And I highly recommend, if you like clowns as well, you go get this guy, especially if you're doing a clown theme. He would definitely stand out above a lot of other clown props, because he's just so cool and so unique, and I really think those eyes will definitely blow people away. So I really like this guy. I don't really have any complaints with him that I can think of. So I'm going to give this guy 9 out of 10. I think he's a fantastic animatronic. I think he's great. Not really anything I think can be improved on him other than the phrases could have been a little bit better. Like I said, I don't mind the phrases anymore, but I think they could have been a little bit better. I'm giving this a guy a 9 out of 10. I think he's a phenomenal animatronic, and if you like clowns, definitely think you should go pick him up. I hope you all enjoyed. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.